dream. We shall overcome.
I accept the Nobel Prize for Peace.
We as a people will get to the promised land.
We want to be free.
I'm Clayborne Carson, professor of history at Stanford University and director of the Martin Luther King Research and Education Institute.
Clayborne Carson, an internationally recognized scholar and expert, is working on a breakthrough online course telling the story of Martin Luther King.
This was the home where Martin Luther King was born January 15th, 1929. It was the home that his parents shared with his grandparents. He was born in the upstairs bedroom here. This is Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. It was here in 1954 that Martin Luther King came for his first pastorate. We are here at the Edmund Pettus Bridge here in Selma. 50 years ago, history was made when 600 people crossed this bridge and helped bring about the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Here we are today. History is being made again as 100 times that many people walk across this bridge and commemorate that great event. He rapidly rose to fame as the result of his leadership role in the Montgomery bus boycott of 1955. His fame rose further when he delivered his historic I Have a Dream speech at the 1963 March on Washington.
And a young Clayborne Carson became an eyewitness to history.
And I first came here on August 28, 1963, the day of the March on Washington. When I was 19 years old, I was near this spot. You can imagine this space with the reflecting pool in the background here and the Lincoln Memorial in front.
The success of the march became a benchmark in the civil rights movement and for King as a leader. But it required more than 30 years of research and scholarship by Carson to reveal some of the complexities of this American prophet.
His great skill was his visionary way of looking at the movement, of seeing it in the context of a global struggle for rights. This was the place Martin Luther King called his second home, the place where he learned the basic lessons of life.
This online course will use the unique documentary resources of the King Institute at Stanford.
It's a very, very exciting time for us to have Martin's papers finally in the process of being published.
When Coretta Scott King asked me to edit and publish the papers of her late husband, these materials, which are now part of the papers of Martin Luther King, were available only to a handful of scholars. They were deeply buried in archives. Now, because of the revolutionary communications technology of the internet, we can make these materials, these windows into the past, these new ways of understanding Martin Luther King, available to anyone with an internet connection.
Another eyewitness who was literally with King for his last 8 years was his lawyer, Clarence Jones. He is now a contributing scholar at the Institute. He has a special appreciation for Carson's work.
Nobody else living today, nobody living today has done or will leave a legacy of what you were doing.
Clarence Jones thinks enlarging a virtual internet audience is fundamentally important to remembering Martin Luther King.
It's incumbent upon both of us to tell the story, because if we don't tell the story, this man is not going to be fully appreciated for generations to come.